Oh man, we need to talk about Fantom, and specifically, it is this very chart which maybe you've not seen, which is what we need to focus upon. Remember when I said, when Bitcoin is moving, look to your alts to see if your altcoins are responding? Well, now is the moment, because the clue is in the data, and you're starting to see on days where Bitcoin is moving or even struggling to move, to like today where it's flat on the day, Fantom is moving up 3%. Now, whilst the 3% is not necessarily life-changing, it should start to give you clues about what is starting to happen. The chart I'm showing you right now, first and foremost, is something called Fantom dominance. This is taking the market cap of all projects out there and comparing what percentage of that is made up by Fantom. And what you will notice is this is up 63% since the start of the new year. So you can already see this has gone from 0.07% at the start of the year to now sitting at 0.12%. So it's a big uplift here. But more importantly, how is Fantom dominating when this is a Bitcoin-led move? And that's what we're going to get into right now, because it's very, very interesting what is going on. Make sure you smash up the likes, guys, if you appreciate this update. I'm also going to get some price targets for Fantom as well. But first, I need to show you this. And that is that since the start of the year, Bitcoin has had a very impressive move, right? It's no surprise that we've seen, if we go back to the 1st of January, which is all the way here, okay, you can see that Bitcoin has had a tremendous move to where we're at now, right? Call it 83% approximately. Nice big move on Bitcoin. And then, if you look at the dominance, which is obviously telling you, is Bitcoin moving or is altcoins moving? And you do the same thing, which is look at it from the 1st of January to where we're at right now. And you're going to take it from about here on this candlestick to where we're at right now, very roughly 15-16% up. So Bitcoin is outperforming altcoins holistically 15 to 16%. Bitcoin has had a really powerful start to the year. But now look at this. This is the Fantom to Bitcoin chart. So on the Fantom to Bitcoin chart, despite Bitcoin outperforming altcoins, I want to show you this. Let's go to the start of the year. And we were sitting here on Fantom. Okay, we had a low on this candlestick, and you can take this move to where we're at now. And we're 41% outperforming Bitcoin. So you've just seen that Bitcoin's been on an incredible run to start off 2023. It's exploded through key levels in the dominance. Altcoins have been struggling to catch up on the whole, which I'm not worried about. We've spoken about this previously. Altcoins will eventually catch up. The money will rotate across. But what I'm looking for is where markets normally go, hang on, I'm going to jump into Bitcoin. I'm going to benefit from the Bitcoin, and then I'm going to move across to altcoins, which is not my strategy, but people do that out there. Why are they choosing to still load up on Fantom now? Because that's what the data is telling me. The data is telling me people are still deciding to load up on Fantom now, even though the altcoin wave hasn't started yet. Okay, so you can see Bitcoin, Fantom is outperforming Bitcoin by 41% to start the year, despite it being a Bitcoin-led move. If you've made it this far into the video and you someday want to be able to read the markets, do technical analysis, trade as we are doing on this channel, then perhaps you may want to check out my free technical analysis from scratch course over on Skillshare. For those who aren't familiar, Skillshare is an online education platform. You sign up for a nominal amount each month and you get access to a wide variety of different courses. I personally use it to learn all sorts of things, from video editing to financial to using Excel and various other bits and pieces that you may want to learn. It's far better than YouTube on those elements, because on YouTube everything is about retention, whereas with a course you can put things in a structured curriculum, and that is exactly what I've done with my TA course. It's completely free for the first 30 days if you click the link in the description, ijaz.uk/TA, to take advantage of the TA course. Let me know what you think about it, and let's get back into this video. So now let's jump onto here, which is our altcoin season index. And just again, for anybody who's unclear, we are hugely in Bitcoin season. This is not an altcoin season. Look at this huge spike down here. Now we're going into a proper deep Bitcoin season. And it's clear, Bitcoin's having its run. Again, nothing wrong with that. Bitcoin, have your run, do your thing, grow the market, and then eventually that money rotates into altcoins. But this is what I want to share with you. And this is this chart here. And if you look at this, this is a list of the top 50 altcoins and their performance over the last 90 days. And if you look at specifically down here, there are only a few coins here, altcoins, that have outperformed Bitcoin. So Bitcoin's delivered here 58% over the last 90 days, okay, over the last 90 days. Now, if you look to the left, NEO, 67%. Aptos, 74%. Couldn't really care less about those two projects, right? Then you've got GRT, 97%, Immutable X, 100%, and Stacks, which of course, due to the Ordinals launch, is delivering a crazy 279%. Are any of those huge, massive, big, sustainable projects that I really want to care about? Some of them you could argue you'd want them in your portfolio, but for me, when you look at Fantom here at 78%, that is hugely outperforming, right? And that is the biggest layer one solution, probably the best quality altcoin that is outperforming Bitcoin right now in this market. And everything else has underperformed Bitcoin. Every other coin you like, including Ethereum, sitting here with a 31%, right? We know that the Shanghai fork is going to happen as well. I'll leave a video up here explaining what I think is going to happen from that, and various other altcoins here to the right-hand side of Bitcoin, all underperforming Bitcoin, but not Fantom. And that's where things are looking crazy, because the dominance continues to show strength here, 0.12% here. And now it's going to run to a key resistance at that 0.13% level on the Fantom dominance. But that's all that's clear. You can see here that if your altcoin is moving, it's normally a sign that people are trying to FOMO across into it. And Fantom is one of those which has been a little bit slept on, and people have gone, hang on a second. They've managed to survive through this bear market. They've got through it. They've not had the issues of Solana or Terra Luna or any other layer one blockchain. They've not had outages, right? And they've continued to build. And I think that's starting to pay dividends for them. I think they could have a really powerful bull run in this next cycle up. What I do then want to look at is, let's also take a look at the total value locked. And again, the total value locked, like every other project, has taken a big hit throughout the bear cycle. But you are starting to see the return of some hope, going from 415 million to now slowly starting to recover here at 480 million. You're starting to see a little bit more money flow into the dexes. Remember, SpookySwap is the primary dex here on Fantom blockchain, and it's up quite significantly, growing its TVL over time, trying to get back to 100 million in TVL. Again, a very long way to go. We've just come out of the remnants of the bottom of a bear market. It's still Bitcoin season. And that's what I'm trying to tell you, is despite that Bitcoin season, how is it Fantom is above 50 cents? And that's what's impressive here. So now let's take a look at some of the TA levels we got going on here on Fantom, and you can see we are having a nice move to the upside here, but we do want to look out for the next resistance. The next resistance is sitting at 58 cents on this horizontal level here. If we can clear that, you look to the top of the pattern where we got rejected at 65 cents. Those are the key levels. Now, if we bring out the EMA ribbon on the daily, are we set for a retracement? No. What you're seeing happening is we're bouncing off our daily EMA ribbon, which is really good, but we've got to get above here. Okay, we've got to get above 53. If we struggle and get rejected by 53 again, that's not going to look good, because then what we've had is a run up, rejected, run up again, rejected. That's a double top pattern. We don't want to be doing that. Okay, so very important that we go above 53 in order to keep this momentum and try work through 58. If not, then I will be looking back down to the EMA ribbon for support. If we get rejected from 53 again, then it's likely that we could come down to 45, 46 again, which could present itself for a nice little nibble here. Support at the bottom comes in at 38 cents here on Fantom. But let's now zoom out and look at a slightly longer term time frame. In fact, before we do that, you can see here we are breaking from this triangle. For those who want to watch the key structure that we are breaking from, this is very normal. When you have these kind of symmetrical triangle breakouts, always wait for a breakdown to the downside. It liquidates a few shorts and then it starts working its way back up. Classic thing, which I used to get called out a lot on when I started trading, but now you should start to get used to this. And similarly, on the upside, sometimes it can fake to the upside and then just kind of liquidate the overzealous longs and start working its way back to the downside. Classic pattern here, and you saw that happening here. If you zoom in here, it kind of tricks you that it wants to go down, liquidates a few people, and then off it goes to the upside, and then everybody misses that moves because the over-leveraged position gets liquidated. Cool? So that's what we're looking at here in terms of structure. Now let's zoom out on the weekly chart, because this is where I need to share with you what we could be working on here. And in order to understand, we need to look at the Fibonacci extensions. You guys, if you've been following my videos for long, I use this as my primary view of where we are in this cycle. And like many altcoins here, we have been absolutely hammered to the downside. And if you look at where we're at now, we're nowhere near where we want to be. If you look at even the first Fibonacci level, the 38.2% level, sits at $1.40 here on Fantom, $1.43. So you're looking at a move here from here just to get to the first Fibonacci level of another 182% here on Fantom. For those people who are upset that they've missed from the bottom to where we're at now, yes, you have missed out on 200% plus, but there's still another 182 just to get to the first Fibonacci ratio. And this is where altcoins really start to make your portfolio exciting. And that's why I always go on about eat your veg, have your Bitcoin, have your Ethereum, have some of the boring stuff, But then, of course, in smart, allocated, small portions of your portfolio, have your other bets, whether it's Fantom, whether it's Avalanche, whether it's whatever else you may have in your portfolio. Maybe some gaming tokens, might be some NFTs, might be some layer 2 solutions like Optimism or Arbitrum or anything else, or Near Protocol. Have those in little slivers ready to perform, because when they do run, they will outperform Bitcoin. That's just a fact. For those of you who are denying altcoin season, just go and look at what's happened historically. Why would there not be an altcoin season this time around? I don't understand that rhetoric. The next thing that's important to look at is once we clear this resistance here, there's a big gap here. When we fell on Fantom, we fell from the high on this candle of 164. And we fell sharply. There was very little support on the way down, which means there's very little resistance on the way up. So I fully expect this to fill quite quickly once Bitcoin continues to get its move on. And especially with Fantom, you're seeing that it has got the leg up on other altcoins and is starting to move. So I will be looking for that to fill quite quickly. Then you look at the 50% retracement, sitting at 182. Fine, nothing too exciting about that. But the golden ratio is always where you expect to be coming back. That's ultimately what I'm working towards, is can we work into that golden ratio? At that level, you're sitting at $2.22 to $2.32 on your Fantom, and a nice risk to return, even if you're buying here at 50 cents. But more excitingly, can we get back to all-time highs? $3.23 region. That's going to be a good return. And then, of course, my Fibonacci extension brings me to $5.50. Again, not too shabby a risk to return on a token which is at 50 cents. But really, if you're buying it on pullbacks, you can probably still be buying Fantom at 45, 46 cents. Not too shabby, given that Bitcoin is now at 30K. There's no point crying over spilled milk. If this is a token you want to be holding, if you have conviction in this or any other token, but you're just sitting there crying because Bitcoin's run away, well, you've got to live in the paradigm. You buy Bitcoin or altcoins at the price you deserve. If you held conviction in Bitcoin, you were buying at 15,500. If you held conviction in Fantom, you're buying at 18 cents, 19 cents all day long. But if you've not, and you now got this added security of us kind of flipping our weekly EMA ribbon, Bitcoin now through 30,000, which is a huge coup, right? Many people thought, oh, Bitcoin was in huge trouble. So because you're buying now that Bitcoin's at 30, you're going to have to pay a premium. You can't have it both ways. No point crying over spilled milk. If you want to build your portfolio, still now is a very retraced time, like I've just shown you there on the weekly chart. If you appreciate this quick Fantom update, smash the likes, don't forget to subscribe, go watch this video here, and I'll see you in the next one.